He's never played sports because if God is for him, who could be against him? If he had to choose a favorite sport, it would be hockey. Because he's pretty sure there's no hockey in hell. He is filled with so much fruit of the Spirit, his close friends call him Smoothie. He is the most spiritual man in the world.
I don't always go to church, but when I do, I go on Sundays. Stay godly, my friends.
Please welcome Rocky Whatule. Come on, let me hear you! Woo! Bakersfield, make some noise! Love this. I love getting to perform in churches. I performed, when I was younger, I performed in clubs, and then I would do corporates in colleges. And everywhere you go, people always, they judge what you wear, they judge what you say. And it is so refreshing to just be in a church full of, Christians who are not going to judge me for absolutely anything. Good, we're all on the same page. Let's have some fun, shall we? Here in Bakersfield, love it. The gateway to Oildale. I actually get to spend a lot of time up here. I go over to the Rabobank Arena. Who was the genius out here that got them to name a bank Rabobank? Nothing does, safety of your finances like Rabobank. Now we have Rabobank Convention Center. Only where? Bakersfield. I live down in Santa Clarita. Thank you for that round of I don't really care. No, don't wake up for it now. Different cities in California, they try different things. Like we have a town, like a little suburb of Santa Clarita called Valencia, and they tried to do something with this, where they had big billboards that said, "Valencia, welcome to awesome town." Yeah, I thought it was stupid too. But then other cities got involved, like it said, Oildale. Being funny is a great thing, but I love performing in churches because I get to worship beforehand. And I go to a hand-raising church, by the way. I go to a hand-raising church. And let me just get something out of the way. Like, I got hurt as a young child playing sports, and this is what my hand looks like. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you look scared, ma'am. It's okay. It's not going to jump you. I'm on stage. But I am raising my hand. This is what it looks like when I am worshiping God. That's that right there. By the way, this was fixed. I had surgery. Show them what my finger, this is what it looked like before surgery. You got that picture? That's what it looked like before surgery. This is what it looked like with flesh on it. Show them the next one right there. That was it right there. Aha! Pull it down before somebody throws up, please. But you got to understand, I'm in the front row because I got bad eyes and I'm worshiping God. Nobody's praying for starving kids in Africa anymore. They're praying for that guy. What's the matter with his finger? I don't believe in the prayer of healings, Pastor. That guy. So, how about a round of applause for me? I recently just lost 47 pounds. How about that, huh? Thank you. Took my 3-year-old shopping, couldn't find her for 4 hours, that little guy, I tell you. This is him, look at him. Look at this little guy right here. That's me. Look at that guy. Isn't he adorable? Yeah, that is the face of evil right there, all right? 3 years old, he's a biter. We found out he's a biter. You don't see all the parents, ugh. 2 things you worry about when your wife's pregnant. Guys, am I right? You worry 2 things. We all say we want them to be healthy. We don't. We want them to be the pretty one. That's what we want, right? You don't want the ugly one at the nursery. Do you know what I'm saying? All of our friends had attractive kids. My wife was pregnant. I'm like, oh, Lord, please. And the second thing you pray for, you don't want them to be the biter. Not because you don't want them to hurt other children. They're somebody else's kids. I don't care. I just don't want the stupid advice from all my friends. They found out my son was a biter. I had someone come up to me and go, Rocky, what kind of biter is he? What kind of biter is he? If he was a dog, would have put him down. That's what kind of biter he is. And I hate to say it, but it happens in church. You ever that one person who's come up to you, talk to you, and you don't really want to be talked to and give you stupid advice, and you just want to kick them, but you can't because you're at church and people are going to judge you? I heard an amen from that corner out over there. Preach, Rocky, preach. Dumbest piece of advice I got. Somebody comes up to me and said, Rocky, it's okay. It's a phase. He'll grow out of it. Well, yeah, it's a phase. How many 40-year-olds do you see running around biting people? You can't go to Starbucks. You're like, you messed up my latte. Arr, 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 arr. And he's a screamer, man. He's a screamer. The other ones, the other two, we did that. You ever see the Ezzos, the beating, growing kids God's way? Have you ever? Look at all the parents laughing. This one we just gave up on. We really did. He is like a drug addict when it comes to tablets and any technology. Well, kids in general, the technology. You ever see that? You pull out your phone, kids you don't even see come over. They look like pigeons. They're like. Get away! My 3-year-old, we take your tablet away. Oh my, it looks like he's detoxing from heroin. He's like, ah! Tablet! Tablet! We're like, no tablet. Phone? Can I have your phone? No phone. Your computer? Can I have your computer? No. They go crazy. He's like, can I have a flip phone? Anything. I'll play Snake. Something, please. He's a screamer and a biter. And I look for the positive in absolutely everything. So I take him shopping with me on Black Friday. That's what I do. They're like, I'm sorry, sir, that sale was over at 10 o'clock this morning. Really? Come on, buddy. We left with 2 flat screen TVs, an Xbox, a Nintendo Switch, and that wasn't even out yet. Three amazing children I do. My oldest wants to be a comedian. I've been praying for him, man. But he's got a great heart for God. My middle one, the best way to explain that one, because my oldest, he's kind of like, wow, I haven't even got there. This is great. Like, I find people in my life and I compare them to different people in the Bible. My oldest is like John. I see him as John because I put voices. When I read the Bible, I put voices. And if you go read the Gospel of John and you put the voice of Brainy Smurf to that, because John was a kiss up. He really was. I'm the disciple that Jesus loved. That's how it was. My oldest. My middle son is Peter. He will hit first, do stupid. He is a knucklehead. And the best was I was teaching on an Easter Sunday, and I get done teaching, and I go over to his classroom, and I said, how was it today? He goes, well, he punched another little kid right in the nose. And let me just stop. When I'm not doing this, I'm also a health coach. I actually did lose 50 pounds. And when I'm not doing that, I teach karate. We have the only Christian-based traditional karate school. We use karate to teach kids about the Bible. So my son knows how to punch and punch hard. And apparently, on Easter Sunday, he punched another little kid in the nose. And my reaction was the same reaction that the pastor had, which was, who did he punch? Please, not a visitor. Yeah. Can always tell membership. Yeah, that's who we care about, yeah. Punch somebody that's gonna come next week, not somebody who only comes twice a year. Jesus loves you, you know. But sure enough, no, he punched the worship leader's son, so that was okay. We knew they had to come back next week. And we've taught our children because of our faith, you know, it might be illegal for what we believe someday. You have to fight for what you believe in. And he took that literally because he come in on Sunday morning, he's like, hey, Jesus is risen, because that's what we do. You know, Resurrection Sunday. He is risen. He is risen indeed. He comes in, he goes, he is risen. The kid goes, no, he's not. He died on Friday. He is risen. He is dead. He is risen. He's dead. Punches this little kid in the face. And I was like, oh my gosh, we turned our child into a Southern Baptist. This is horrible. And I brought proof, because this is our Easter Sunday picture as a family right after that happened. Look at him crying because he knows he's in trouble. This is the best. This is my family, amazing family right there. That's Sterling crying. That's Daxton looking at him going, I didn't get in trouble this time. That's the oldest going, somehow this is going to be my fault. I broke my watch while I'm okay, cool. So I love traveling around. I get to go around different places with my family, and a couple of my favorite places I've been to. I was in Oregon performing years ago, and I got a ticket in Oregon. Did you guys know that it used to be against the law to pump your own gas in the state? Look at everybody shake. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? I didn't know that. I'm out there pumping my gas. This maniac comes screaming out of the gas station going, you can't pump your gas. I'm like, sure I can, goober. Watch, it's pretty easy. Ha, 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 ha. And he tries ripping the nozzle out of my hand while I'm kicking him away, right? I don't know why he wants I didn't know it was against the law. The cop on the other side of the 76 station saw all of it, got so excited he dropped his donut and his coffee, and I'm pretty sure he wet himself because he flipped around the island, throwing on the lights and the siren, and then popped out of the car like Barney Fife going, Andy, they're pumping gas. And he writes me a ticket, and I'm laughing in his face the whole time. I'm like, how is this a ticket? And then it hits me, it's not the whole masses, right? It's always one person who screwed it up for everybody. I mean, let's be honest, we're all sinners because of Adam and Eve. Two people. And Adam couldn't even own up to it, right? He looked at God. Not only did he blame Eve, he blamed God. He goes, it's not my fault, it's that woman you gave me. And all I could think, there's got to be somebody in Oregon like my Uncle Sal. My Uncle Sal is a chain smoker with Parkinson's. That's not somebody who should pump gas, all right? Now, you know what the craziest thing about it is? It's now legal. I was up in Oregon last week. You see people have no idea. They're just like... Millennials forget about it. Millennials just go to the gas station. They're like, Alexa, gas. I got one more story I want to share. You guys having a good time so far? You guys are an amazing crowd. Actually, I've always wanted to do this tonight in Bakersfield. I'm going to do it because there's a good chance I could get myself in trouble, and I need to have evidence. Here, hold on. All right, I'm gonna get a picture of the audience. All you happy, lovable people out there, make some noise. Let me see you. I get you guys over there. Hey guys over there. All right, and the woman that was afraid that my finger was gonna hurt her. All right, there we go. So I want to share a funny story because I talked about my family a little bit. There's a story. I'm a practical joker. I love to pull practical jokes. And this is a practical joke I wanted to pull on my wife. I was taking a train from Fargo, North Dakota to Wisconsin, La Crosse, Wisconsin. And I thought I'd take the train because it would be fun. And I call up, I go, hey, when's the train going to come? And they said, Thursday. And I said, what time Thursday? They said, I told you, Thursday. And at that point there, I knew this was going to be a great story, right? And I go, well, can't you give me an exact time? They're like, well, the train is always late. I go, well, humor me. How late was it yesterday? They said 18 hours. I'm going, how is the train 18 hours late? They go, well, the engineer made a bad decision. Your choices are forward and backwards. How do you make a bad decision? And the decision's so bad, you went 9 hours the wrong direction before you went, oh, wait, we gotta go that way. So needless to say, I go to take the train, and I get to the train station, and I hand them my bag, and the engineer, or not the engineer, but the guy at the train station grabs my bag, lifts it up, and goes, that's 3 pounds too heavy. You're gonna have to pull something out of there. So while looking at him, I unzip the bag, stick my hand in the bag, wiggle it around, zip it back up, and slide it back to him. And he goes, yes, that's much better. Thank you so much. At that moment there, I knew I was on an adventure. Now, my train was 3 hours late, and I'm gonna pause the story there to tell you what I did to my wife. So my wife is gonna take that same train 3 days. She's going to Minneapolis, but I don't tell her anything that happens to me. Why? Because I want a story. She calls me up and she says, the train was an hour and a half late. Did you know that? Now, guys out there, has your wife ever called you and it sounded like she was accusing you of something that you absolutely had nothing to do with? And women, you know you do this. You get upset over something that had nothing to do with them, but you're upset about something else and you just don't. I've had people come up to me after a show going, I didn't like a joke you told because you were the second gunman on the grassy knoll. I wasn't even born yet. So I asked my wife, are you really upset like I made the engineer slow up the train? She's like, no, I'm mad because there was no security. Nobody checked me for guns or knives or anything. Anybody could hijack this train. Honey, it's a train. You can't hijack a train. You can't go up to the engineer with a gun and go, all right, we're going to the Bahamas. He's gonna be like, nope, we're going to La Crosse. That's where we're going. Unless you got a bunch of railroad workers and a whole bunch of railroad, we're going to La Crosse, and we're gonna be there on Thursday, all right? Now, my story continues on. I am set, because I'm like, all right, train's gonna be a couple hours late. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna get up early. I'm gonna start writing jokes, because I'm going to Bakersfield someday. And I need my A game. So I get on the train and I look at the conductor and I go, excuse me, sir, but you guys have electricity on this car. And no sooner do I say that, but 33 Amish people snap their head back and look at me like I'm ready to sacrifice a cat after I sent an email. I have no idea. And they were utterly offended, so out of respect to their faith, right, I put it away and I slide it in my bag and I'm done. And I'm gonna try to take a nap. You know, I'm gonna go nap, and maybe I'll wake up at 9 or 10. But I can't, because at 4 a.m., which is when I'm on the train, this little beautiful, gotta be 9-year-old little girl is jumping back and forth and on every chain, up and down, and she's got the bonnet and the little pigtails, and she's just running all over the place, because at that time of the day, they're ready to raise a barn or churn some butter or make a quilt or whatever they do. I don't know. But I wanna sleep and I can't, because she's just having a blast. And I stand up, and I've had many moments where God will just convict me right then and there, and he did. I stood up, and I was ready to tell Brother Hezekiah and his bride to get, I'm assuming, right? And it hits me. I hear God say, you need to slow down. They love me differently, but they love me, and they are Amish. And this is a train. This is the most fun that little girl is ever gonna have in her life. At 8 feet off the ground and 35 miles an hour, this is Disneyland to her. How dare you take that away from her? So people, I took my water, threw it right in her face, went Splash Mountain, sister, right there. That's what I did. Do you guys have some fun tonight? Come on! I love each and every one of you. If you guys are on Facebook, find me, Rocky Whatule. I know you can't spell it, so go to rockyw.com. You can find me there. But you guys ready for your headline? Are you guys ready for some more? No, I need you guys to go crazy. Sir, you got to, this is not very conducive. There you go, clap your hand. I'm not taking tithe right now. Clap your hands, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your headline? Are you ready for a great show? I want to direct your attention to that screen right there. Watch this video. It's coming right out. Good night. God bless everybody.